What I think a lot of people don't realize watching the thing with Kevin McCarthy and his, this desperation to get almost every Republican vote on his side to become a speaker, which gives every Republican member great power because the small majority means they each have leverage. Back in 2020, Nancy Pelosi was in a very similar position. She had very few votes that she could lose, which vested every individual Democrat with a great deal of power because they could withhold their vote to make her speaker in exchange for some kind of concession. And you came up with and pioneered a theory or a strategy that you called force the vote that I think incited one of the bitterest and most hateful infighting episodes within left liberal politics that I've seen in a long time for really revealing reasons. So explain to people what that strategy was for those who don't remember back in 2020. What was the scenario with Pelosi and why did it lead to such vitriol against you?
Again, just like the McCarthy's in that spot. So when the squad got elected, they called them the squad. And why do you call them the squad? Because they're supposed to act together, right? So if they acted together and voted together, they could actually deny Nancy Pelosi the speakership, right? So that was my idea. Hey, in order for her to get elected as speaker, she needs your votes. You can deny it to her if you vote as a block, as a squad. And so now you can extract something from your vote, just like the right wing of the Republican Party is doing. So that was the idea. It wasn't my idea, Glenn. The idea was in the DSA's handbook from 2 years earlier. And they all ran on doing something like this. AOC ran. She used to complain when she ran for office the first time that we can't even get a vote on Medicare for all on the House floor. We can't even get a vote. So when I decided, well, you now have the power to extract something with your vote for her as speaker, that would be the thing we've all agreed on for a generation, that we need to get a vote for Medicare for all on the House floor. I thought that would be an easy thing that we all agreed on. We all do agree on it. They pretended to not agree, meaning the squad, AOC, all those people pretended that that was a bad strategy. It's not a strategy. It's a thing that you do. It's politics 101. It's what the Republican right wing is doing right now. And so they didn't do it, and what they did was they got their minions in the press, like at TYT, you mentioned those people, Cenk Uygur, Ryan Grimm at The Intercept, and they all ran interference. Or also, David Sirota came on my show and said Kevin McCarthy could become speaker if they withhold their vote. So there was a lot of people who are considered lefties who were running interference for politicians. And it got exposed. And so why was it so contentious? Was there so much vitriol? Why did I become so hated? Why did they write all those hit pieces about me in the establishment magazines? Because I exposed the game. So now everybody knows that AOC, the squad, Rashid Tlaib, Jamal Bowman, they're all fakers. And it's what I think Chris Hedges said before me, it's worse to have those people inside the Democratic Party because it gives people the misimpression, the bad idea that there's someone in the Democratic Party or in government actually fighting for you. So it keeps you going into the Democratic Party, just like Shama Sawant said, that the road for progressives leads to a graveyard inside the Democratic Party. And that's what this revealed, because they didn't have to ask permission to do this. They could have did it. But instead of withholding their vote and extracting a concession for the progressive wing of the party, which is what we elected them to do, instead of doing that, they rolled over for the establishment on purpose to protect their own careers. They all got book deals and stuff after that. And that's what they're and then what did they do? They then demonized the activists like us. AOC said that I was committing violence against her with my words. Okay. And so, which led me to say, well, you can stab me with an adjective and I'll hit you with a bat and you can tell me which one is actual violence. Okay. So that's what forced the vote was. We wanted to force a vote for Medicare for all on the House floor. And the leverage we could use was that Nancy Pelosi could not get elected speaker without their votes. They decided not to do it. They turned on the active healthcare activist base, and the rest is history. They never, ever voted together as a bloc. Instead, they did one time vote together to make sure a horrible funding bill for Israel went through.
Everybody, we're doing live stand-up comedy in Los Angeles in January and February in Los Angeles. And then we're going to Tempe, Palm Springs, Milwaukee, Minneapolis, Nashville. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for all those tickets and become a premium member while you're there.